Hello everyone and welcome back to the Nerd Cave. In this tutorial we are going to look at how to connect the OLED 1306 display to the ESP32S3 Pico. And we are going to look at 4 different examples. In example 1 we will look at how to display text on the OLED. We will then look at how to display an image using a byte array. In example 3, we will use a portable bitmap image that we can display on our OLED. And in example 4, saving multiple images on our Pico will allow us to do a simple animation. To follow along with this tutorial, you will only need a few components. We will need a breadboard, our S3 Pico, OLED, and then at least 6 wires. Then build the circuit as shown in the following diagram. Just be very careful for this OLED display here. On the first pin it is ground, then VCC. But the one I have here is VCC first, then ground. So make sure to check which model you have. There's 2 different versions where the ground and VCC pin is changed. Once you have built the circuit, let's go quickly grab the library on my website and let's go through all those examples together. Go to my website, nerdcave.xyz, go to ESP32 and click on Get Started. Then go to the S3 Pico and go to tutorial 7, which is the OLED display. Here on the side you'll see the library and we will copy this code. In Phony, paste it in a new file and then you will click on File, Save As, and then you'll go to your MicroPython device and you'll save this as an SSD1306.py. Make sure about to have this in small letters because in our main file we'll import it like this. So let's copy example 1, which is just displaying text. I'll click here on copy and then I'll go paste it in Phony. Let's have a quick overview of this code. If you want more detail about this code, it is available on my website, so below the code you'll see a step-by-step explanation. So in the first 3 line we import all the libraries and here we set up our screen saying what is the width and the height, and we set up the I2C. Now here in this while true loop we do a display fill 0 to clear our screen. If we do it with 1, it will fill the whole screen and make it blue. Now here to write text, we can say display.text, and I have here hello Nerd Cave, and this will be where's my X and Y, so where does this start. And it will do it for Y, it will be 10 characters height if you write text. And then display text, we start again from our 0 for our X axis, but we move down with 16 bits. Okay, and then we will write ESP32S3 plus OLED. And then we do the same here for tutorial. And then here we have display.show and then a time sleep. So if I run this code, I will get the following. Here we have our output like seen in Phony. Now we can do cooler things by having the text show one by one. So we just need to go write a simple function. But for most basic needs, this is how you will display text. In example 2, we're going to use a Bytearray to display a bitmap image. So in this one, we're going to display the GitHub logo. So go here to copy and go back to Phony and paste this. So here we have the same setup, but here we have our GitHub stored as a Bytearray. I will show you now exactly how you would do this. So all that's going to happen here is at the end, we will use a frame buffer to go display this Bytearray. And then here we will use display blit fbuff and we'll start from 0, 0. So if I run this code, I will get the following on my OLED. And here we have our GitHub logo. Let's quickly go through this process to find another image online, converting it to a Bytearray and then getting this on our Pico. A nice website for icons is this website Flaticon. So let's go find a new icon. So here we have brands. Let's go click on this. And then let's maybe use this Python one here. So I'm going to click on this Python one here. And then here I will download this as a PNG. So I'll just click here. And then this will download this to my computer. To convert that image to a Bytearray, we will use this website, image to CPP. So here we can go choose our file. And I will use that Python file. Now here we want to go set our canvas size. Remember this will be 128 by 64 because of our OLED. And here it will also show a preview. We can also go make the color black here and then invert it if we wanted to show it like this. But I'm just going to make it white and then untick this one here. Now here we can also go set, should we put it in the center, horizontally and vertically. Now here, if I say generate code and we want to make this Arduino code, here is that characters. Now what I can do is I can go copy all of this that is inside here up to this point here. So I'm gonna copy this and then go back to Funny, and then inside here I'm going to go paste all of this. So let's go paste this here. Oops, like this. And now if I run this code, I should have the Python image on my OLED. So let's quickly give it a run and see. And there we have the Python logo on our OLED. So copying the Bytearray does take a bit of time. So let's take that image and convert it to a PPM file, which we can then upload to the Pico and display that file. So let's go look for a new logo for that example. I find this nice paw icon that I want to use. Now, before we just click also on PNG, we can go set the pixels here. Now I'm gonna make this 64 because the height limitation of our screen is 64. So if we do it 64 by 64, we can put this in the middle of the screen, like center it. So I'm gonna go download this one. We need some software to export that PNG to a PBM file. And for this, we're gonna use GIMP, if I'm pronouncing this correctly. So just go to gimp.org and then download this one. Now you can also just draw your own image here if you wanted to. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna click on File, go to New, and we want to make sure our width is 128 by 64 and click OK. And here we have our own canvas. So if you wanted to draw something yourself, right, like write hello and then display this on your OLED, you can do this. Okay. So what we are going to do, let me just go back. So what we're going to do is we want to import that paw image. So let's go to that file here. I'm just going to drag and drop this here. And then there we have our paw image. Now we'll click on File, go to Export As, and then go here to select Type by Extension. And if you go down a little bit, you should see there is PBM right here. Okay, and then you can go save this on your computer, like say paw.ppm, and then click export. Before we upload that to our Pico, let's go to example 3 and then just copy this code here. Here we have example 3. Still we have the same setup, but here we open that PBM image file. So here we will change this one to paw because we saved it as paw. And then if we look at that image, there's certain numbers in the beginning, a creator comment, and then dimension. We want to skip that and then import that Bytearray. Now here is again our width and our height, and then we have display fill 0, and then we use the same display blit. Now here we have the PBM file that's on our computer. So I'll just right click here and say upload to, and this will upload this to our Pico. Okay, now that is here, we can go click run and we should see a paw on our OLED. And there we have that paw image on our OLED. So we can easily go add multiple images if we wanted to display this on the OLED, and we don't have to always go copy the Bytearray. So in our last example, we just want to take multiple images and then display them on our OLED. So we're going to go download a GIF from a website called icons8.com. And we're going to look for an animated logo and then go export that as multiple PBM files and upload it to the Pico. So here on the website, let's go search for icons. Let's maybe go to GitHub logo. Let's maybe find an animation here. So I'm going to click search, and then you'll see some of them will show a play next to it. So here we have this cat opening its eyes. Okay, so let's do this one here. So we will click on download. And then here we need to go set our size. Now I think we'll do 50 by 50 since our width is only 64. Okay, so let's just click download here. So now that we have our GIF file, we want to go to easygif.com, and this will allow us to split it up in multiple images. So let's go to choose file and we'll select that GitHub logo. Okay, and we will click here upload. So here we have all the options, and you see we have this one here split, which is perfect. So we're gonna go here to split to frames. And here we have all those images. So let's go download all these frames as a zip file. Now the last software that will make it easier for us to convert all those PNG images to PBM files will be this rfun view. So just go download this one to your computer. In the software, click on File and go to Batch Conversion. And here we want to go find that images. So I'm going to go to my desktop and go look for Easy GIF Split, and I'm going to add all of these. And what I want to do here is do batch conversion, rename result files. If it's just like this, you will not be able to select this one. So here we want to make sure it is a PBM file, and the name pattern will be image and then have this hash symbol. And then I need to say, where do I want to go save this? I want to go save this under my pictures. So I can go click here and browse and go save it. Or let's just make here temporary GitHub new 2. And then I'll click on Start Batch. And here we have our 25 images converted for us. So we need to upload this to the Pico. But let's go first grab example 4. So let's go press copy and go paste this in Phony. So here we have example 4. And here we have those GitHub images. I want to upload this whole folder to the Pico, just like this. And remember, we have 25 images. So we're going to have to go update the code a little bit. So here we're going to change this to 25, and this time we are going to use that one that says GitHub. Now you remember the pixels that we saved, it was 50 pixels for those images, so 50 by 50. Now here we're going to have to go play around with this value here to go get it exactly in the middle. But if I run this code here, I should have an animation. So all what's happening here is we're creating a loop to read those images and then display it on our screen. And here we have also how quickly we want to show these images with this time sleep. So let's run this code and see what do we get. And here we have our simple animation. So remember, we can go adjust this to get this perfectly in the middle. I hope you found this tutorial useful, and if you did, drop a like and a subscribe. And I will see you in the next video.